kind of straight out the lighthouse unit.
I go by Yisrael, 12 tribes representing. I'm coming conscious music through your studios. Listen, I don't be cooking crack in my homeboy's kitchen. I be about that information, share it with my brethren. You won't see me on no block, serving fiends, catching cases. You'll see me on the web, learning about registration. Trying to search about my nationality and heritage, then research about history and what this you was carrying. I think my people were slaves in the days of the Constitution, labeled them as livestock. Tagged us, beat us, kept us moving, treated us with brutality and kept the world puking. Then promised slave rights, apologies and retributions. The Negro Act is still valid and they using it. That's why I gotta make this Yisrael music. The Negro Act is still valid and they using it. That's why I gotta make this Yisrael music. This is Young Yisrael Nation and I got a message that come from the streets. We can no longer be silent. We can no longer be weak. We can no longer suffer defeats from Edomites be what they want us to be. We gotta be the most high chosen nation, cause that's the nation we was chosen to be. We gotta be the most fearless, but we gotta keep up your laws though. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I'm spitting truth through these bars, bro. If you focus, you could see them. Genocide and I see them. Constantine and his Roman friends at the first council of Nicaea. But as far as these Romans go, when they deep is all this Yisrael united, a kingdom, awakening, a nation. Leave it in there. Leave it in there. Leave it in there. That's hard. Yeah. Yisrael United, we are back in the building. This is another episode. This is the podcast all about nationality. We're going to tell y'all this national thing straight from the Bible. We're going to read it script from script, verse from verse. Man, and you ain't going to hear it nowhere else like you're hearing it right here. Hey, let's look at that sound over there, man. Make sure that sound looking good. Everything looking right. All right, we sound good. We sound good. Well, shit, we all good. I got my crew in the building with me. Hey, won't y'all go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, y'all, it's Cash.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, 1122.
Damn the building.
What up, y'all? It's Ben Yipka. What's the word, y'all? Tr3llo, gang.
Yeah, we got Tr3llo, our guest in the building. Tr3llo, he ain't no real guest, you know what I'm saying? He just be missing sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But Tr3llo definitely a part of the fam, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely good to have you back. Tr3llo, what you been on lately, bro?
Man, I'll say for the most part, I've just been working on my music, trying to build up more of like a catalog and do more production, and then just get my face out there. And that's why I'm happy to be on here and be back.
No doubt about it. We happy to have you, bro. Shit, so I guess you got some new shit you want us to hear today then, huh?
Oh yeah, most def. I got like a whole, like 2 new songs I say that straight came out. They hard. Y'all gonna hear it. It's a bop. Y'all gonna be listening all day.
Alright, shit, I can't wait to hear it then. Alright, well, I got a phone number out there. Hey, somebody shoot that line for somebody wanna holler at us.
That number is 314-339-9759. Hit the line.
Hit us on up if y'all wanna say something to us, man. We wanna hear from you. That's all good. Now, y'all know this is the time where I give my brother Yeshua his 15 minutes to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? And Yeshua, you know, when Yeshua be going in, man, that brother be going in, you know, he make you sit back and say, damn. You know what I'm saying? What you got for us today, bro?
Well, I noticed that a lot of our people, ever since it's been going on for a long time, for generation after generation after generation after generation, they've been following other gods. And the Most High God don't even want us putting these other gods' names in our mouth.
You talking about idol worship?
Yeah.
Damn, he talking about some idol worship. Hold up, the first commandment do say what? Praise no other God before me.
Yeah.
Oh shit, alright.
Yeah. And we've been doing this for quite some time. Some people that fell into the sword of Egyptology. Some people that fell up into the sword of to religion. You know, on top of that, you know, you might become Pentecost. You know what I mean? Adventist, 7-day Adventist.
Yeah.
Baptist, whatever comes down to, you know, following these other gods, whatever falls down in that category. I know Big was just talking about a brother you came across. They was talking about said Egyptology. So I kind of feel like we kind of stuck in the day after Joshua had passed away, after being 110, him leaving for being the king of Israel, after he led for their 110 years and passed. And I want to start off at Judges 2. And I'm going to start off at I'm going to start off Judges 2 and 10. Start off with Judges 2 and 10.
Alright, Judges 2 and 10. Hey, everybody get y'all books out. Go to Judges.
I believe it's the angel of the Lord speaking.
Chapter 2, verse 10.
And also, all the Judges chapter 2 and verse 10. Let me give you a little lead in. We're going to start off at verse 8. And Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of Yah, died being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath-Heres, in the mount of Ephraim, on the north side of the hill of Gash. And also all the generations were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. So it's kind of talking about our generation right now. It's kind of reference our generation living in right now. And it says, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and served Baalim. I don't even like to say the name, but that's a other god, devil god actually. And they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other gods of the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. And they forsook the Lord, and served Baal and Ashtaroth. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of the spoiler that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of the Lord was against them for evil. And the Lord had said, and as the Lord had sworn unto them, and there were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, the Lord raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hands of those that spoiled them. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after other gods, and bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying commandments of the Lord, but they did not so. So that being said is, we as a people right now today, it kind of is acting like that generation after Joshua. We as a people right now today has lost the fact, like has forgotten the fact of the laws, statutes, and commandments, and has erred away. Kind of went like we kind of went like carried away and started following these other different laws and amendments that were given by, I guess, your slave master through the slave owner through generations of oppression that's been put on our people. But what this is saying, my brothers, is we have been following other deities and not have been following the law, statutes, and commandments. And how I know about that, based off the foods we eat, our diet. We got a lot of our people got pagan diets. I come around a lot of our people, and they ain't got nothing but pork in their fridge. They ain't got nothing but pork in their fridge. I'm for real, bro. And this shit, sorry for cussing, but it hurts me. And you can't even have a conversation about telling them that this unclean food. And they say the good Lord gonna be there for them, but at the end of the day, breaking His commandments. They going off of something else. And this is right here. It's showing us that they're not obeying the commandments of the Lord their God. They doing something else beside that. They doing something else that's causing us to err away and worship. Not us, not our tribe, not our people. Serve Baal and Asherah.
Right. And well, I think that's very important, man. It's a lot of our people out here that's lost, and it's just because they don't know, man. And you read it all the time. You know, the Most High say, "My people shall perish from a lack of knowledge." And it's because we just don't know no better. And yeah, I heard that a lot. The Lord gonna keep me safe, the Lord keep me cool, but yet you still breaking His commandments. You know what I'm saying?
Which Lord is keeping you cool?
Exactly. Who are you praising? You know what I'm saying? And at what cost? So I think that's very important, man. So I appreciate you for bringing that.
And I got Exodus 23 and 13 real quick.
All right.
Exodus. It said Exodus 23 and 13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. So He don't even want us to speak of this. He wants us to be basically circumspect. Let me go look that up. Let me go look at it. Because I believe in circumspect, and my mind would be not to do it. Just be cautious of doing it. Don't do it at all.
So circumspect.
But it say, okay. It says weary or unwilling to take risks. So be weary or unwilling to take risks. So He want us to be circumspect and make no mention of no other gods.
So He want us to be weary and make no mention of no other gods.
No other gods, bro. We only supposed to be. But my brother brought that up, and it kind of he said it kind of confused me.
Right.
With the dude talking about the Egyptology. I got some family members that worship that stuff, and it's all messed up. And it's horrible, brother.
I mean, everybody learn at their own pace, man, and everybody got their own power of discernment. And this argument or this conversation has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. Like whose God is whose God, whose God is most powerful and things like that. Whose God is the right God and all that. It's to a point that some people right now, they it ain't no God. That's why I always be talking about this universe thing. They always talk this universe talk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so they it ain't no God. It's just, you got it all within you. You got the evil, you got the good, you got all that within you. But this is the time that we in now. This is what people think about. This is what people talking about right now. We at a time right now where people don't really believe that the Most High exists. The Alpha, the and the Omega, the Most High is what I'm talking about. The Most High of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is who I'm talking about. That's the Most High. When I say the Most High, that's who I'm talking about. A lot of people don't think that the Most High exists no more. A lot of people don't believe in this good and evil thing no more. A lot of people just believe in self. You see? Self-God. I'm God. That theory. So it's a lot of these different things out here. So a lot of people, they learn in their own you know, at their own pace. They are learning their own forms and things like that. So man, let them people that think that, let the Most High work with them the way that they work, the work that He worked with them, and we can just, you know, I guess pray for them. You know what I'm saying? That they get that wisdom, because I see it a lot too.
Sound about right. Sound
You know?
about right.
Yeah. What y'all think about that though? Let me go around the table.
I think it was very informative, and I agree that you can't just force this onto them to try to believe in God and to let them know that there's a Most High out there, and they have it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, exactly. It's most definitely different strokes for different folks. What you think, Devon?
They gonna definitely burn.
I think the same thing, but you also
Next one,
gotta.
talk about separation.
I always see you gotta have common sense when it comes to that. You don't know how nobody is raised when you come to anybody, so you still gotta, pay attention to how you come to somebody when you're trying to teach them this type of stuff.
Speaking to the mic, man, let everybody hear that important information.
Yeah, this mic is stretching. You gotta scoot over. That's why. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I agree with. Well, I ain't gonna say I think, but I agree with what Cash was saying. See, but you also gotta have common sense with this. You can't just. I mean, you gotta think about how people was raised. So just like you said, they gonna burn. Well, you can have a child.
The Most High set judges over us though.
But you can have a child that don't know nothing about what we're doing because they was raised a different way. And you trying to teach that child.
But they go.
You still got to think about
the parent. It's because
it's because of the parents. So if you go to that child trying to teach them what we know, and they not trying to listen, it's because that was taught with their parents. So, I mean, we can't really.
I mean, that's not us. Our job is to just learn that thing, apply that in our life, and put that information out there. And whoever pick up on it, they pick up on it. So the Most High work individually. The Most High work in everybody's life individually. So they all got their own learning process that they got to go through. So you got to give them that respect to go through it.
Right, I'm just reaching the 1/3.
No doubt.
Yeah.
What you think about that, Tim? You was trying to butt in that first time about some, what was you saying? Now you don't want to talk when it's your turn.
I think I throw up.
Oh, hell no, man. This dude right here. You know what you get for that? Bathroom behind you, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you got to do some shit like that, you can do it right there in the bathroom.
And you know this, man?
But it's interesting. The scriptures are interesting.
Well, all right. What you got to say?
I thought it was relevant, because the Most High was only talking. I can't even say what the Most High talking. I don't know who was talking.
The angel. Angel of the
Yeah,
Lord.
the angel was only talking to one set of people, and he was talking about what your people was doing. He wasn't talking about the whole world. He was talking about what
Israel.
Israel was doing.
In the past, this was the past.
No, I said it's a generation. Yes, but
This ain't doing in recent. This is in the past.
Oh, it's in recent too.
But
It's
it's
a generation
relevant.
after.
It's relevant.
It's a generation that didn't know.
It's real relevant to now.
The
It's
book,
the
the
same
passage
thing.
that you're talking about right there in the Bible, that's talking about the past. But the situation still exists right now because that's a generational thing. Our people been generationally fucked for a long time. That's why we're in the position that we in now. It's not because of the other nations has been stronger than us to put us in captivity, to put us in slavery and things like that. Nah. We the only nation that don't have an identity because we stopped following the laws, statutes, and commandments that our Father put out there for us to follow. That's what nation that we are a part of. Bloodline, blood ties. So, yeah, when we fall out and go into these other nations and start doing the things of these other nations, then, yeah, we get treated just like them other nations. We fall out the covenant. But this, what we're doing, this information is put out there to awaken our nation again, because it's people out there that need this type of information, that needs to learn this, that's searching for this, and that needs this, and we right here, we got it. We can give it right to them and link whatever problem, whatever disconnect they got, we can connect that. You know what I'm saying? Them the people that we trying to reach. We ain't trying to reach the people that's comfortable where they at, that don't want to hear this knowledge.
That 1/3.
We're not trying to. It's a. We're not force feeding none of this to nobody.
Nope.
That's not what we own.
They only gotta listen to it.
You know what I'm saying? That's not what this is about. This information is only for those who are at that point where they want to hear this. They got to be at a certain point in their life. The Most High has to work a certain point in their life for them to even want to hear this. That's who we talking to. We're trying to build that up, you know.
That
And
ain't what I was saying. No, I was saying the angels talking about.
well, I understand. I'm talking about what Tim was saying. Yeah, so you absolutely right. It's just for the nation. Yeah,
And it's in
it
front
ain't
of
for
your
the outside nation. You said what,
face.
Tim?
I say it's in front of your face.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, this right there happened in the past tense, but the situation still exists. We still worshiping like pagan gods, pagan idols right now. But we got that longing to know who our Father is. And that's the people that we trying to talk to. You get that? We break that down right.
Yes, you did.
Okay, cool. Well, Tr3llo, you was quiet, man. What you got to say about this?
I ain't sit there in deep when you was talking about the whole thing about people that's looking for their fathers. You know, I misinterpret. I interpret it two different ways. But more so, it was like, so look, I've just spent my time just chilling and like watching videos and stuff. And I was watching this one video about this book called Dante's Inferno. You know?
Okay. I heard of it.
And it was just talking about people and the idea with God and like will and like where you'll be at once you like commit certain sins.
Yeah.
And it was the idea that God always wanted to create free will through people. That was just the idea of him showing his most love. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yes.
Painting the ultimate portrait just due to the fact that I care about y'all so much that I made y'all nearly, you know what I'm saying? Not saying like equal to me, but like in the image of me, and just let y'all be.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
What type of love would that be if you were forced to love?
It'd be like a caged animal, like a zoo.
You know, it's that true love. If I forced you to love me, would you really love me?
No, you wouldn't know. You always question it if it was true. Like
Because it's forced. You have no choice.
right.
But if I gave you a choice to love me or not, then I know if you choose to love me, I know that love is 100%. I know it's real.
I mean, it's truth. It's like it's like.
Don't that make perfect sense, don't it?
Right.
Perfect sense. Well, that brings us to why we don't force feed this shit to nobody. It's your choice, man. Now what y'all think? All good?
Yeah.
It's your choice. Well, with that being said, we finna go to this right here.
Israel United. Every Saturday morning. 3
Hit the line.
Yeah, search my blood.
Tr3llo.
I see my music.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob showing the proof of love. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob waking the covenant up. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob showing the proof of love. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob bringing the covenant back. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob bringing the covenant back. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that's what it started at. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob bringing the covenant back. 1122.
Why me? Why you gotta do me like that?
We on this.
Why you gotta treat me like that?
Why?
I know you ain't gon' treat me like that. Why you gotta leave me like that? Why you gotta treat me like that? I know you ain't gon' leave me like that. Why you gotta leave me like that? I know you ain't gon' treat me like that.
I know you ain't gon' leave me like that. Trippin' off the booze, got your mind gone. Pill poppin', got you wanna hurt your feet. People tryna pop on you in the street. You trippin', you know the score say it's me. There's some good in life, it's key. Connected with the KJV, so we can see something more than prosperity. They telling me to preach this, so now I gotta speak. Enlighten my people, like I'm my brother's keeper. Gotta wake them up from the sleep. Old school with the scripts, like I need a beeper. Keep an eye out for them heathens, you gotta people. 12 tribes, we love them, but we wanna sleep. Esau, why you always trying to kill the brother, man? That's why the whole world calling you the other man. Instead of the brother. Can't catch me acting like a publican. Gotta solve the problem, man. Never keep hate bottled in. Got too much love bottled in. Gotta walk by faith, and not by sight. That's why every day I'm praising the Most High for changing my life.
Why you gotta treat me like that? I know you ain't gon' treat me like that. Why you gotta leave me like that? Why you gotta treat me like that? I know you ain't gon' treat me like that. Why?
Talking about my sorrows. Talking about my sorrows. Look where we are. 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 I won't go too far, gotta make it back. I can't take my quad, I did less than 10. Gotta last step, there's no lag. Get into the car and drift and hey, oh, going through it. Coming from the bottom to the top, I'm influenced. Never ever hate on a man. I'ma stay on my grind till I dead and shine. I'ma be fine. Ooh, look where we are. Ooh, talking about myself. Look where we are. Ooh, talking about myself. Look where we are. Look where we are. Look where we are. From the earth mattress, I'm sleeping on the ground. Now I'm on planets, where money move around. It's my time to hit on my grind, and I'm stand grounded. 10 toes down. If you wanna fuck with me, but I'ma make a comma until I die. Yeah. And you know why? Because I'm finna provide for mine. Yeah. I'm gonna do what's right. I'm a sorrow.
You are listening to Yisrael United, hosted by your brother Yekobin. You can follow us on Instagram, check us out on Facebook, and also subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're a kingdom awakening a nation. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Yeah. Yisrael United, we back in the building, man. We be in this motherfucker jamming. Y'all know what's going on. Alright, man, hey. What did we go over last week?
Last week we read Leviticus chapter 24. We talked about how there's a continuously burning light inside the tabernacle, and we talked about how the holy feast should be eaten amongst the priests, which is the tribe of Levi. We also read the story about the Israelite-ish woman's son who got in a fight with pure children of Israelite, and how he was sent to get locked up, and then after that, the Most High told everybody to stone him because he had said the Most High's name in vain and cursed him out, cursed the Most High's name. So he was stoned, but that story was there just for an example of what he was going into. The example was that you cannot use the Most High name in vain, or you should be put to death.
I remember that.
And that was it. We just read about how he got stoned, and we basically read the commands about if you put the Most High names in vain, or if you worship any other God above the Most High, then you should be put to death.
Yeah, we had the two brothers on the phone with us, man. I should call back. I did get a chance to speak with them brothers over the week, man, and they pretty decent. I like them, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait till they call back so we can show them some love by, playing their music.
They said they better make it on because they in a loud place.
Oh, okay, and in a loud place. Okay, cool. It's all good, man. We can't wait till them brothers give us a call on back so we can hear their music, man, and hear some more of what they got to say. It was very, informative and intriguing, I enjoyed it. All right, do anybody got something else to add? Is that all? Did she pretty much sum it on up?
Yeah.
I think she hit it point for point, for real. I don't see nothing that she missed. It was a pretty short chapter anyway last week. So, hey, Tim, if we don't got nothing else to say, why don't you go ahead and start from chapter 24, verse 23, and let's go ahead and start from right there and read on into
So
the book of Leviticus. Hey, everybody, stop what you're doing right now. Wait a minute, stop right now what you're doing. Go get your books out, get your Bibles. Turn to the book of Leviticus. Go ahead and turn on to it. Don't be shy. The book of Leviticus, chapter 24.
25.
Nope. Chapter 24, verse 23. That's where we finna start this thing at. Follow along because we ain't making none of this shit up. Hey, Tim, you making this shit up? You reading from the Bible, ain't you?
Yeah.
What book?
Holy Bible.
King James?
The Gideons.
Gideons. Oh, okay. Well, he reading out the Gideons. But we got all kind of versions of this motherfucker in here. We got a lot of different versions of this motherfucker up in here. Yeah. But it's the Bible, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
It is the Bible?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We can't be making this shit up. He just reading the Bible, y'all. It's okay. All right, Tim, let's go ahead. Where you at?
Leviticus chapter 25, verse 1. The Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, saying, verse 2, speak to the people of Israel and say to them, when you come into the land that I give you, the land shall keep a Sabbath to the Lord. Verse 3.
Wait a minute, man. You did not start at verse 23. But since you went on ahead and started at verse 1 of chapter 25, proceed on.
Leviticus chapter 25,
Wait a minute.
verse 3.
But don't forget this.
I mean, no. Leviticus chapter 24, verse 23. So Moses spoke to the people of Israel, and they brought out of the camp the one who had cursed and stoned him with stones. This the people of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, saying, verse 2, speak to the people of Israel and say to them, when you come into the land that I give you, the land shall keep a Sabbath to the Lord. Verse 3.
Hold on, so let's get this straight now. We talking about the Sabbath. Is the Sabbath important? What's the Sabbath? I can't hear you, Cass. What you say?
The day of rest that you keep every week.
Keep it
Last
holy.
day of the week.
So, it's the day of rest that we dedicate to our Father at the end of every week. Not on day one, but on the last day. Right? So that's what a Sabbath is. So the Most High is telling the people of Yisrael right here to give the land a Sabbath. So, hey Tim, tell us what this land Sabbath is all about.
It said about the cursed and stones.
Nah, man, you starting at verse 3, man.
Oh, I'm tripping. I mean,
Yes, you are.
okay. For 6 years you shall sow your field, and for 6 years you shall prune your vineyard and gather in its fruits. Verse 4. But in the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath of solemn rest for the land, a Sabbath to the Lord. You shall not sow your field or prune your vineyard.
All right, so they're comparing the years to the days. So we are commanded to do all our work on the first 6 days, but on that last day, that day is dedicated to our Father. Well, the land got, their days is like years. They get 6 whole years to get their work in. But on that last year, that 7th year, that's when the whole land's supposed to rest. That makes sense. All right, well, let's go.
Leviticus chapter 25, verse 4.
Verse 5.
5. Look, 5. You shall not reap what grows of itself in your harvest, or gather the grapes of your undressed vine. It shall be a year of solemn rest for the land. Verse 6. The Sabbath of the land shall provide food for you, for yourself and for your male and female slaves, and for your hired worker and the sojourner who lies with you. Verse 7. And for your cattle and for the wild animals that are in your land, all its yields shall be for food. Verse 8. You shall count 7 weeks of years, 7 times 7 years, so that the time of the 7 year weeks of year.
Hold on, man. Start at verse 8. What you say?
You shall count 7 weeks of years, 7 times 7 years.
So verse 8 says, somebody got a different version.
I do.
What it say?
And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of the year unto thee, 7 times the 7 years, and the space of the 7 Sabbaths of the year shall be unto thee for 49 years.
All right, stop. Did y'all get that? Somebody tell me in their own words how this land Sabbaths work. So, you know, we supposed to know this shit, right? If we ever get caught, like, we supposed to be forming our own shit, for real. We supposed to be getting our own food and all this shit, for real, for real. And this is how we supposed to be doing it. We ain't supposed to be depending on those supermarkets, the government supermarkets and all this old bullshit. We're really supposed to be doing this shit ourselves. And this is how you do it. So can somebody explain to me how this shit is done? Nobody know? All right, well, Tim, read that shit again.
Start at 3.
No. You start at 8.
Leviticus. I can't wait till the kids go to Halloween and we get candy and trick or treat.
Oh man, what the fuck is Tim? Hey, where's the motherfucking book? Hey, get the motherfucking book, man. You can't get the motherfucking book, man. I'll tell you what you just did in a minute. Get the book. What the fuck, nigga? Halloween? Are you serious?
It's just.
Are you serious?
No,
man.
Okay, that's it.
You know what?
That's it.
It's time for one of these right here. Tim, the fucking devil holiday, bro. Are you fucking serious, man?
Turn that shit up. Hey, they like Rico, you tripping too much. Why the fuck you always see your bad to me? I'm like, nigga, you brag too much. That's federal, nigga, you ask too much. Got some questions, roll you a Dutch. Smoke one nigga, yeah, we lighting it up. Never dropping, I'm running it up. You asking me questions, you shit out of luck. We gon' light his ass up like a candle, like kick to the alley. That nigga gon' die tonight. Yeah, we blowing up like a dynamite. Beat his ass up like that boy was an Amorite. They like Rico, you tripping, nigga. Don't talk to no junkie that's doing too much. They like Rico, you tripping, nigga. You shooting at niggas, you doing too much. They like Rico, you tripping, you shooting at niggas like you playing Call of Duty. That's some shit that'll bring you attention. Money revolve around me like a satellite, nigga. On cuz I don't care about no nigga. Like when I'm all in the air, I'm unstoppable, nigga. On solo, need me a pistol. They claiming they solid, but really these niggas some pussy. I swear I don't get my attention. I give me a Uzi like Vert, I'ma shake the whole block, make it sound like a win on a mission. Yeah, I'm a little quiet, but don't get it twisted, little nigga. Like no, this shit can get wicked. I'm focused on paper, but niggas be throwing me off. I can't lie, be thinking I'm tripping. I'm tired of this hoe. I'm thinking about starting a business, just stay out of the trenches. I might have to stretch me a nigga just cause he was tripping. That's why I don't fuck with him. I can't even fake it, nigga. They live by the gun with this girl, pull up on a nigga. I don't give a fuck about a nigga. I'm all on my grind and I do it to step on the nigga. If it's something to step with a nigga, just know I ain't tripping. Cause I'm like Rico, you tripping too much. Why the fuck you always see your bad too much? I'm like, nigga, you brag too much. That's federal, nigga, you ask too much. Got some questions, why you a Dutch? Smoke one nigga, yeah, we lighting it up. Never dropping, I'm running it up. You asking me questions, you shit out of luck. We gon' light his ass up like a candle, like kick to the alley. That nigga gon' die tonight. Yeah, we blowing up like a dynamite. Beat his ass up like the boy was an Amorite. They like Rico, you tripping, nigga. Don't talk to no junkie that's doing too much. They like Rico, you tripping, nigga. You shooting at niggas, you doing too much.
Now the car beating fast, say we drinking too much. Too much sauce, say we dripping too much. Too much gas in the spit, say we smoking too much. So I spark up again, I ain't floating enough. Can't find no button, ain't pulling enough. Can't find no pills, I be rolling too much. Like for real, I might just need me a roller. I'm pushing P like it's sitting in the stroller. Can't shoot your shots, hit the bitch with a floater. These niggas got bird brains, so when it come to getting this bread, gotta move with the toes. We don't put shit up on shirts no more, we put shit up on posters. Before this COVID shit, been sick of you niggas, just call it phone. But look, I've been getting off D, done caught a few speeds, kinda get to the teeth like a chuck. Up in the night, I've been sneaking and creeping with Nina, I still fell in love with Beretta. Out in these streets, gotta get moved with a heater for rents, cause cold like the winter. When you get too much cheese, look out for rats, cause they addicted to cheddar. And I got a homie, he move like Santa on a North Duck with a pole. 12 tries to be the nations, they can't join us cause it's soft like dinner rolls. Passing out scripts all through the streets cause it's good for your soul. Talk bro, them the chills, I be turning cars in boxes like his soul. I'm plugged in the land of Lincoln, but shit, I'm from the show me state. Turn the heat up on the battle, fuck your plaid, I'm trying to make this cake. And we don't fuck with dumbbells, can't wait up for you, we ain't got time to wait. Move around the clock with cautious cause niggas ain't got time to waste. Gang.
Fucked it up for me, man. That just fucked it up for me, cause that means you don't take this shit seriously at all.
You are listening to Yisrael United, hosted by your brother Yekobin. You can follow us on Instagram, check us out on Facebook, and also subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're a kingdom awakening a nation. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All right, man, we back. All right. Can somebody please finish reading this chapter, man? We do not. Let me clear this up. Halloween is one of the worst pagan holidays that you can go out there and celebrate. I'm going to have a whole program, a whole documentary on the evils and the origins of Halloween, so we don't get a misunderstanding or some type of misconception about this thing, man. We do not celebrate Halloween. All right? So let's go ahead and finish this on up. Where we at?
Verse 8.
Leviticus. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 8. You shall count 7 weeks of years, 7 times 7 years, so that the times of the 7 weeks of years shall give you 49 years. Verse 9. Then you shall sound the loud trumpet on the 10th day of the 7th month, on the day of atonement. You shall sound the trumpet throughout all your land. Verse 10. And you shall consecrate the 15th year and proclaim liberty throughout the land to all the inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee.
A jubilee. Okay, so we gotta. This shit is important, man. I don't want to skip over. Can somebody explain to me what's going on?
I'm still trying to catch on.
All right, so okay. What you think?
It's talking about like the 7 years.
All right, so if we're thinking about it, the Most High is giving everybody, everything is set up on the format on how He created His laws on here on earth, in the 6-day method, and on the 7th day you rest method. So instead of days, is for the land is years. So it's on the 6-year method. On that 7th year you rest. Can somebody tell me on the land with the land, what is that 7th year of rest for?
It's that like where you don't chop down the crops and stuff. Like what it was saying in the Bible.
Yeah, you don't do no harvesting. But why?
Because it's the Sabbath.
Because it's the rest year. But what is that? All the extra food and things for? Did we catch that?
It's for the people, for the nation.
Like it's for like the scavengers, the wild animals and things like that.
Okay, scavengers, wild animals.
Yeah, that's how they get down. We can read that again to kind of go back over that, but they doing it in not only with the 6th day and that last day of rest. That's the 7th thing, right? They doing that. If you do 7 times 7, because it's a 7-year thing, what's 7 times 7?
So I'm not that good at that. 49.
49, which is right here. It say like on that 49th year, it'll be like a jubilee, right?
Special anniversary.
Right, it's a jubilee. These are called your scepter years. All right, so that goes a lot. I'm gonna let the scripture talk about it. I don't want to go too deep into it, but the scepter years and our jubilees are very important. We're supposed to remember this. This is supposed to happen. We're supposed to still be doing this right now today. Yeah, we're supposed to be remembering this, but we don't. You see, if we were acting the way we're supposed to be, we'll have our own land and our own gardens, and we'll be treating the land like this. All right.
So that means the land is supposed to.
So we know that the years is not like our years here is now. But does that mean that 1 year is 7 weeks?
Well, in the different translations, It does say that. I mean, if you think about it, it ain't too different, to be honest with you, because our days is still basically 24 hours of the day, right? Sundown to sundown is still day to day, right? So our what we call Monday and day one would be the same. Tuesday and day two would be the same. Sun up and sundown, sun up and sundown, right?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all following the way I'm talking?
Yes.
All right. So if you're talking like 6 days, 6 days would be the same in scripture days, and it would be like right now the days will be the same because we're going from sundown to sundown. You see, and the 24 hours in the day, you said 12 o'clock midnight is another day basically in this pagan shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically it's on it, kind of it's just a little off, but the days ain't changing. If y'all get what I'm saying, they still there. So, yes, a bit is still on that 7th day. It's just sundown on Friday to sundown Saturday. It's the last day. But even in this pagan calendar,
that was just gonna say because we just off the. It ain't off. It's just that calendar we going off of.
Right. But even in the pagan calendar, Sunday is the first day.
Right.
So that 6th day would be Friday. Well, that 7th day would be Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
Yep. That makes sense.
Do that make sense? Is everybody following it? Do that make sense?
Yeah.
That's how I always thought of it.
So it is off, yeah. It's tricky a little bit, yeah, but it ain't that much off.
Right.
Now, when you're talking about years and things like that, like the months and things like that, they get different because that February is a tricky month. You know what I'm saying? 29 days and all that. We don't go off the months like that. We're supposed to go off the moon cycles, remember?
Yeah.
To count the months. So it'll get a little off that, that way. But other than that, we can keep track. The shit can be kept track, you know?
But it did say the 7 Sabbaths of the years.
Right. The Sabbath's not going to change.
Right, but does that mean that 1 year is after 7 Sabbaths, or is it still the same as the pagan calendar?
If you're thinking about it off like the moon cycles, you mean?
Yeah.
Instead of the calendar?
Yeah.
It may change a little bit because the years would change. It would change up a little bit. But if you really want to do your homework, shit, take your ass outside and look at the moon cycle for 30 days. And make your own fucking calendar out for that. Because that law ain't gonna change. That's natural. You know you can get on the internet and you can see like the moon cycles that they already got out there. But if you really want to do your due diligence, take your ass outside at nighttime and look at the moon and see where it's at. And from 30 days from that point, do that shit for 30 days and keep track of the moon. Because we're supposed to look in the skies for signs of seasons anyway. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So you can answer your own question. But if you want to be lazy, get your ass on the internet and look at the moon cycles. Not to say that that's going to be correct or not, you know? But this shit is still supposed to be followed. Got me? Let's go. Keep going.
It shall be a jubilee for you, when each of you shall return to his property, and each of you shall return to his clan.
All right, so go a verse above that, because this is what I'm talking about with this whole Jubilee thing. It's going into explaining it. Go a verse before that and start there.
Then you shall sound, verse 9, then ye shall sound the loud trumpet, and on the 10th day of the 7th month, on the day of atonement, you shall sound the trumpet throughout all your land. And you shall consecrate the 15th year and proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, when each of you shall return to his property, and each of you shall return to his clan. That 15th year shall be a jubilee for you. In it you shall neither sow nor reap what grows of itself, nor gather the grapes from the undressed vines. For it is a jubilee. It shall be holy to you. You may eat the produce of the field. In this year of jubilee, each of you shall return to his property. And if you make a sale to your neighbor, or buy from your neighbor, you shall not wrong one another. You shall pay your neighbor according to the number of your years after the jubilee, and he shall sell to you according to the numbers of years for crops. 16. If the years are many.
All right, so hold on. Let's break this shit on down because you're going into it. Did y'all just understand what that said? Let me see who got that.
I didn't understand that at all. I was trying to.
You ain't get it. That's why we gotta go break it because this is getting deep down into the shit.
Yeah, I look up here as Jubilee, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Understand.
All right, well let's see if you get
Special anniversary.
Well, we talked about the Jubilee before. I do want to point that out.
Yes,
when
we
was
have.
talking about the calendar.
Celebration.
Yeah, we was just calling it a celebration before. But from what he was just saying, that you should return all the possessions into the possession. So like anything you have taken or stole or anything should go back to its owner. And then if you make any purchases for your neighbor on this day, then you gotta be fair to each other. So the person who's giving it to you cannot make the price way higher or cheaper. It gotta be the exact correct amount. And the person who's buying it cannot like jip them or like not giving the correct amount of money. You gotta go based off your years upon the Jubilee that you have on the Jubilee.
Okay. Did that make sense? Did you get that, Divine?
Yeah, I got that.
All right, so tell me what you got.
I heard what she was talking about. That you have to return all the possessions if you stole it or took it. To the, I heard everything she said. I'm trying to process everything.
All right. 10, what you think?
I was thinking about it, and I don't know for real. Like I was listening though.
I mean, it's confusing. It is confusing. It's real confusing. So I mean, we're gonna go back through it. What you think, Ben Yeager?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Start off where? 13?
Nah, hell no, not the beginning. Let's start off at 8 again.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
You shall count 7 weeks of years, 7 times 7, so that the time of 7 weeks of years shall give you 49 years. Then you shall sound the loud trumpet on the 10th day of the 7th month. On that day, on the day of atonement, you shall sound the trumpet throughout all your land. And you shall consecrate the 15th year and proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants.
Stop. So this is what this is all about. Did y'all get what that just said?
Yeah, sound the trumpet.
Say you should consecrate the 15th year.
Yeah, so the 15th year is going to be a set apart year. It's going to be a consecrated year. Remember what consecrate mean?
Separate.
Set apart. It's going to be a separate year. You're going to separate that year from all the years. But on this year, the way you separate it, you finna do some different shit on this year, right? So it's gonna be a year of release. Y'all know what that means?
A year of release, rest.
Keep reading. A year of release. Let's see what release means.
It shall be a jubilee.
Hold on. Where you reading from? You gotta let everybody know where you're reading at.
Verse 10.
The book of Leviticus.
Leviticus 25. Chapter 25, verse 10.
All right.
It shall be a jubilee for you, when each of you shall return to his property, and each of you shall. It shall be a jubilee for you. When
So you
each
at
of
10,
shall,
right?
Yeah.
And you shall set the 15th year apart. Right?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
And proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, when each of you shall return to his property, and each of you shall return to his clan. The 15 years shall be a jubilee for you. In it you shall neither sow nor reap.
Well, hold on now. So a law of return, right? A law of release. So you come, and each of you shall return to his possession. Excuse me. To his possession or back to his property, right?
Right.
And each of you should return back to his clan. So you going back. You're getting all y'all shit back, and you're going back. It's a law of return. All right, let's go. 11.
All right, 11.
I think I get it. Is it when we first read about slaves? The slaves stayed for like 7 years and then returned to your family, so all the slaves got returned back to their family.
It's a law of return.
Okay.
It's making sense, huh? Yeah, once you start to think about it and you're really paying attention to this thing, you really see that the book is really breaking down a nation's culture, the way that the nation get down. It's teaching you, it's through the words, you can visualize the shit. It's a whole movie. Right? I mean, let's go. Chapter 25, verse 11.
Chapter 25, verse 11. That 15 years that 15 years shall be a jubilee for you. In it you shall neither sow nor reap what grows of itself, nor gather the grapes from the undressed vines. For it is a jubilee. It shall be holy to you. You may eat the produce of the field. 13. In that year, in this year of Jubilee, each of you shall return to his property. 14. And if you make a sale to your neighbor or buy from your neighbor, you shall not wrong one another. Makes sense. 15. You shall pay your neighbor according to the number of years after the Jubilee, and he shall sell to you according to the number of years for crops. 16. If the years are many, you shall increase the price. And if the years are few, you shall reduce the price. For it is the number of crops that he is selling to you. 17.
Hold on now, stop. Do we get that?
I kind of get it. It seemed like, so I know that if you take something or steal something from somebody, you got to return it to your neighbor. Now it's talking about, like, if you, I don't know how to explain this in the right way.
According to the number of years after the Jubilee, you buy from your neighbor. And according to the number of years of crops he sells to you. So if the number is greater,
then you increase the price.
And if the number is fewer, you diminish the price.
Right.
Because he sells to you according to the number of years of the crops.
Yeah. So
Can we put our thinking brain on and see what this is saying?
I'm trying to see.
That's a hard one, huh?
Yeah.
Still don't understand why the amount of years that's more making you have to increase it more.
Okay, so it's a jubilee. So
It sounds like it's like
It's a celebration, but I'm like,
okay, let's get this.
Celebrate, so I gotta give away my stuff and then up the prayer more.
Yeah.
But if the year is a little bit like, and this celebration came a little earlier when I was alive, then my stuff got to be low. And is that for everybody else that lives long enough to get to this jubilee? Like, or is it versus because I'm younger? So
Well, so what are we on? We on a 7-year cycle, right?
yeah. So
The jubilee is every what, 49 years? When's the jubilee?
Yeah,
Every 15 years?
yeah, every 15 years. I want to say.
I thought it was every 15 years.
It's a you celebrate the 15 years. What it said?
That's
Yeah,
what
you hallow the 15th
Yeah.
and proclaim liberty.
The 15 year from what though?
And you shall hallow the 15th year and proclaim liberty throughout all the land and to all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be the jubilee unto you.
Okay, hold on. So it all starts at 8 when it says you should count 7 Sabbaths of years 7 times and get 49. Then you should blow the horn on the 10th day of the new moon of the month, the 10th day of the month. Then to say on the 15th year. Okay, so it is every 15 years. All right. You set a jubilee every 15 years. So you're on that 15-year cycle. If you set the price like what's your crops for the whole that 14 years, you set a price for what? $10 or something, right? Your price $10. But you know, on that jubilee year, it's the law of return, the law of release, right? So according to this, it's on that what? And when you sell whatever to your neighbor on the land, hold on. Okay. So crops set apart to you. According to the number, okay. And when you sell whatever to your neighbor or when you buy from the land of your neighbor, hold on. Y'all help me out with this. Don't just sit here and be quiet, because I feel like I'm doing this shit by my damn self.
I'm reading right now. I'm trying to figure it
Y'all
out.
trying to figure this shit out too?
Well, I am. I don't know if everybody else is.
What you think? You gave me what you thought, which was decent. That's close.
because I'm thinking
It's close.
If it's 15 years, wait, is it 15 years or 8?
It's a 14-year, it's a 15-year cycle, but you basing it off every 14 years because that 15-year is like the jubilee year. That's when you're making everything right.
I only get like 14 bushels of grain or something
because you're doing it according to the.
Yeah, all my stuff gonna be low.
That makes sense.
Somebody that had been here at least 28 years.
No, because you have it's 15 years.
30 years.
It resets every 15 years. So the closer you get, so okay, you starting after the Jubilee, right?
Oh, I get what you're saying. It starts over.
Right, so it's going after. It's lower. Right, and it starts over when you go back to the beginning. So you're starting at the. So if your shit the first day after the Jubilee, if your shit $10 the first day out, well $14 the first day after the Jubilee, the last day, the last year, that 15th year, your shit's supposed to be like $1 because it's closest to the Jubilee. It's the law of return. So hold up, let's read it again and make sure we got this shit. We gonna get this shit. Read that again, bro. Where you at?
I'm on 17.
Let's make sure we get this shit.
We start at 15. 15 verse 15, Leviticus chapter 25 verse 15. You shall pay your neighbors according to the number of years after the Jubilee.
Okay, the number according to the number of years after the Jubilee. So if it's right after the Jubilee, the first day, and your neighbor wants $10 for that motherfucker, right? You give him what? $10, right? But if you on that seventh day, I mean that seventh year, you in that seventh year, then what is it?
$7.
It should be half price.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be $10. It should be $5.
Yep.
If you selling it for 10.
If you starting off at 10.
If you starting off at 10.
Because it's saying that you're doing it according to the number of years. So according to the number of years of crops, it'll be 14, right?
Right.
So if we starting off at 14, then you're right, it would be 7.
Oh, so it's based off the crops.
Right. So but we saying 10.
Yeah.
So it's still applying. You get what I'm saying? Do y'all get the math?
I see what you're saying now.
I
Yeah.
was saying like the crops, I feel is just like a placeholder, just all your like.
Your possession, period. Whatever you selling when you going to buy from your neighbor. When you going to buy anything from your neighbor, this is how you should apply this shit.
Like goats.
This is how we supposed to be running our markets and shit. So when you go, this phone right here, depending on what year it is, set the price of this phone. We going off every 15 years. Every 14 year because that 15 year is a jubilee.
Right.
It's a set apart year. So if this phone $150 on the first day after the jubilee, it's $150.
Right.
But if you going 7 years in, and I'm selling you this phone, this same phone, the price of it would be what?
It would be lower.
$75.
Yeah, 75 is half of that.
But if I'm selling it to you on that last year, on that 14th year of the jubilee, then this phone would be
$1, yeah, basically $1.
like $10. You know, it'll be at the lowest it'll be. Because you're
I
going
see
back.
what you're saying now. It makes a lot more sense that you just said it like
That's
that.
the mathematics of it. Okay, well, let's see if this applies. Go ahead and read that.
Yeah, like in a weird way. $5 grams. Yeah, in a weird way, I swear, I'm gonna say like in a weird way, it's like it's like they took leap years, but more so instead of just being a year, it's like a celebration. It's how we market out our celebrations, how we work hard on ourselves. You know, it's the part of reset. Really, it's kind of counterintuitive because you be thinking like, oh, I want to make money. Why would I be reducing my prices? The idea you're supposed to be giving this away because God told you to give it away. So now you gonna work harder. You know what I'm saying? You always reset. Ain't no one really gonna be rich in this world if they following all that. No one will be rich. It's like it's honestly not even communism. No one will be rich because you give your stuff away every 7 years. I mean, well, every
14, every 15 year, every 7th year, every jubilee.
Everybody gonna have something because you like, hey man, look, you walk in the store like, dang, I only got something. What you talking about? It's 14 man, come here, everything's so low price.
Exactly.
Come get what you need.
Ain't that a whole different marketing structure though? Than what we living in. Cause what we living in is fuck you, pay me.
Yeah.
That's what we living in right now.
Yeah. That's exactly what we're living in right now.
But imagine if it was structured like this.
Making sure everybody eat.
That's exactly what's going on.
Like the lie, it'd be like rich.
Like,
Everybody rich.
Make sure
Everybody rich though, because imagine what they'll do with the resources. Hey.
That's what it's all about. It makes sense. Read that shit again, bro. Start at where you start at?
Verse 15.
Start right there again.
You shall pay your neighbor according to the number of years after the jubilee, and he shall sell to you according to the number of years for crops.
Now, did that just make sense? Do that make sense now?
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody.
It already makes sense. Yeah, it all makes sense to me.
Because I caught on to that when I was reading because you sell them because according to the years it's been going on until the reset, and he said to you according to the years that it took to the crops to grow, and eventually those probably more annually than the jubilee year, most likely. Not every 14 years for crops to grow. So his price.
Well, it is every 14 years.
It is.
Yes.
Always gonna be.
Because you remember the way we do our crops, we let them grow for 6, and then on that 7th year, we let it rest. We do our thing for 6 years, do our harvest and all that for 6 years, but on that 7th year, what I said it was called scepter years, right? On that 7th year, that scepter year, you let it rest. So you doing that, you giving that 7 times.
Yeah,
you letting it rest 7 times before the, because it's a
he
49
said
thing.
you a quarter of the price, just a quarter of juice.
I mean, if you got to do the math.
True, depending on how many crops you get.
You got it right. You got to do the math.
But it's still probably like reduced to 70.
But don't just think about it as crops. Think about it like with whatever thing, whatever you selling, whatever product you selling.
If you selling shirts, if you take
Yeah,
7 years to make
no
a
matter
shirt.
what, even if you selling me 100 Tim, like you selling these shirts for 100, you gotta give it to me for 75. That's just how it go, cause I'm getting Jubilees to the year, man. It's nearly Jubilee coming.
I mean,
That'll be a dope price.
this is how the marketing was
So I
structured
can't go
back
broke.
then.
In a way, you can't go broke, even if you is giving stuff during the Jubilee. You got a lot of stuff. You can't go broke because everybody gotta give you that according to
If everybody respecting the marketing structure, yeah, because it's set up. It's how it's set up. All right, well, let's keep reading and see what's up.
All right. It says 16, verse 16, chapter 25 of Leviticus. If the years are many, you shall increase the price. And if the years are few, you shall reduce the price. For it is the number of crops that he is selling to you. 17. You shall not wrong one another, but you shall fear God, for I am the Lord your God.
Man, you see that? This is who put this structure in place. This is how you know that this structure works. This is how you know that this marketing structure ain't no flaw in it. He put it right there because he's like, y'all ain't finna fuck one another. Y'all ain't finna wrong one another. Y'all ain't finna get over on them one another. Because y'all got this structure right here. Y'all can't get over on one another if y'all following the marketing structure. It's not gonna happen. Now keep on reading. Why'd he say that? You know he be stepping shit.
Therefore you shall do my statutes and keep my rules and perform them. And then you will dwell in the land securely.
In safety. You see that? Because ain't nobody finna go try and rob nobody no more. For what? Everybody got. Everybody is cool. So you living cool. You living safe. It's giving you the key. Keep going.
The land, verse 19, the land will yield its fruits, and you will eat your fill and dwell in it securely. 20. And if you say, what shall we eat in the 7th year? If we make not sow or gather in our crops. Verse
So
21.
you know he talking about in them scepter years now, right? All right.
Verse 21. I will command my blessings on you in the 6th year, so that it will produce a crop sufficient for 3 years. Verse 22.
Now hold on. What did you just say?
You was gonna expand your crops on the 6th year before the 7th year, so it lasts 3 years. So that way you can
That's
basically
tough.
have
That-
food
that's
for the
tough.
7th year and be able to sell some if you need to.
Yeah, so if you doing this the right way, then our crops will flourish just like that.
That's tough.
On that 6th year, you gonna get 3 times the amount. Naturally though. Naturally.
You would be keen to want to give a lot of your stuff away.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's keep going.
When you sow in the 8th year, you will be eating some of the old crop. You shall eat the old until the 9th year, when its crops arrive. 23. The land shall not be sold in Propriety. Perpetuity.
What does that mean?
Can you spell it?
P-E-R-P-E-T-U-I-T-Y.
Perpetuity.
Perpetuity.
What does that mean?
A bond or other security with no fixed
I know Ellen is
maturity date.
All right, so where you at again?
Perpetuity.
Where you at again?
All right, 23. Verse 23.
And the land is not to be sold beyond reclaim. For the land is mine. For you are sojourners and settle with me. That's why he's telling y'all to do this shit. Motherfuckers think they own the world and own the earth. Hell no. Y'all tripping. He's stepping it. I keep telling you, he be stepping shit, don't it? Yeah. Y'all do this shit the way I'm telling y'all to do this shit. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't want to do it like this. Do it like this. It ain't even y'all. Y'all just visiting. This shit mine. Do it because I'm telling you to do it like that. Same shit you would tell your kids. You had kids and you need some shit done. You do this shit because I'm telling you to do it. Don't ask me why. Don't do the shit your way. Do the shit this way. Because it's mine. Motherfucker. Let's go. Keep going.
24. And in all the country you possess, you shall allow a redemption of the land. Verse 25. If your brothers become poor and sell a part of his property, then his nearest redeemer shall come and redeem what his brother has sold. Verse 26. If a man has no one...
Wait, man, I don't think y'all understand what that just said. Somebody tell me what this is saying.
That said, if one of your brothers was so poor that he had to sell some of his land, then one of his brothers, meaning you, should buy it and let him redeem it.
Well, hold on, Cass. Hold on. I need you to start at 23 and tell me in your own words what that's saying. Because it's a rule to this shit.
The 23 is saying that your land should never be sold. Because...
No, your land should never be sold beyond reclaim.
It don't say in my book.
So what does it say exactly in your book? Is that the perpetuity?
It don't say that.
What it say?
The land shall not be sold forever. Oh, well, maybe it did.
Uh-huh. So beyond reclaim, that means forever. You should never get rid of your land permanently. You should never, ever, ever sell your land. You can lease it. Because what's going to happen every 7 years, every scepter, every jubilee, your shit go back.
Well, that's confusing. That's contradicting.
Okay, so what's 2 scepter years?
It's the jubilee, but you said every scepter year.
Every jubilee.
Yeah.
The jubilees is the law of return. So every jubilee, your shit gonna come back to you.
Right.
You should never, in your contracts, if we ever own some shit, because this shit's supposed to be applied right now today too, right? So if you ever own some land or own whatever, lease that shit out for 14 years. That should be the max that you lease all your shit out. Because you gotta have your shit back.
It's kind of like renewing the lease.
That's exactly what you leasing your shit.
That make a whole lot of sense. I see how much it compared to real life. That's crazy.
Yeah, you don't ever sell your land. Not land, that's your shit. That's what he said, mine.
That's crazy.
All right, let's go. Where we at?
Verse 26. If a man has no one to redeem it, and then himself become prosperous and find sufficient means to redeem it, let him calculate the years since he sold it and pay back the balance to the man to whom he sold it, then return to his property.
So what that mean?
Let him buy his property back.
And when the man has no one to redeem it, but he himself becomes able to redeem it, then let him count the years since its sale and return the remainder to the man whom he sold it to, that he shall return to his possession. Did I get that?
I get it.
Okay, well, talk to me. What do you mean?
Basically,
Hold on, y'all been talking to me too much. I need to go on this side of the table. Talk to me, Tim.
I just think this is an amazing chapter.
Man, I want to know what about the mat.
Because this is great.
Oh, this dude right here, boy, I'm trying to tell you. What you know, Ben Yekabin, about the mat?
About the man?
Yeah, about this whole scepter thing and this whole Jubilee thing.
Yeah, about the, okay, so. No, I think it's perfect on like perfect business scheme.
Okay, read 26 for him again.
That's most definitely the opposite. It's not a scheme.
I wouldn't call it like a scheme, but like a setup. Like
it's
a
not a
business
setup.
Like how you gotta like give back every 7 years. That's what I'm talking about.
Every 14 years.
My bad, yeah, every
The
14
process?
years.
Are you meaning the process? Because it's not a scheme.
The process is dope, yeah.
Yeah, the process, yeah. Well, yeah, my bad. The process of doing it every 14 years, then yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's, yeah.
So what you think about with like the property? Like if I sold you some property, right?
It won't work with him. He's going to inherit it anyway. That's your son.
If he wasn't being Yekabin. And I sold you some property. And I ain't have enough to buy it back. You're supposed to make it a way for me to get it back anyway, according to these rules.
So you gotta cut them prices.
Right. And I feel like if I'm already making all this money,
Yeah.
then that'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what it say. That's what it say.
I feel right.
You think that's right? You think that's cool?
I think that's real righteous, yeah.
All right, what you think, Tr3llo?
I think it stop greed.
It make the land safe. Because right now, that's what motherfuckers is doing all this evil, this wicked, is because they trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? You get that, Tim? Mm-hmm. What?
I get it because you gotta hustle.
Yeah. You think that's the reason that people out here killing each other, though?
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Ain't no orders
So,
to
it ain't. With this process right here, with this structure,
I ain't got no structure.
that eliminate that. That eliminate that whole greed process. Now, not to say motherfuckers won't still have no beef for some other shit on here, but you know what I'm saying? It won't be because of this. You know, because motherfuckers be on some disrespectful shit. Motherfuckers just fuck with you because they don't like you. So it could be a lot of other shit, but you know what? It's rules and regulations to that shit in scripture too about all that. All right, man, we finna go ahead and hurry on and finish this up. It's a long ass chapter though, ain't it?
Yes. 55 verses.
All right, we're gonna do a to be continued on this chapter though. Let's take us a small little break, and then we're gonna come and analyze this thing, see what we got. Hey, we got some performances today too. We can't forget about that. All right, so let's go ahead and get to this.
let's get it, let's get it. I'm about to make a hit. Let's get it, let's get it. I'm about to take a lick. Let's get it, let's get it. I'm about to make a hit. Let's get it, let's get it. I'm about to take a lick. I'm true, I'm real with the tool. I'm coming through the cut. I'm giving niggas blues. I got to stop my blues. I gotta stay true, no matter what it do. Look, I'm making it happen. These niggas, they know I'm about it. I'm never that. No one heavy going in. I'm showing them that I'm real. I'm never gonna stop. And no one heavy thing. I'm about to touch the top of this one. Fuck around, you talking like you crazy, then you hold it. Fuck around, you know I hit it. I did this shit, I'm on it. I'm never gonna stop. I gotta show you that I'm on it. Never gonna take. I'm gonna show you that I'm real. Gotta take it all. Gotta make it back. Fuck around, I'm cracking niggas that be talking like they bout it. And knowing I'll be going. And knowing heavy's going. And I will never stop. I gotta make a play. For real. Y'all ready to rap? Let's get it, I'm about to make a hit. Let's get it, I'm about to take a lick. Let's get it, I'm about to make a hit. Let's get it, I'm about to take a lick. I'm true, I'm real with the tool. I'm coming through the cut, I'm giving niggas blues. I gotta stop my blues, I gotta stay true. No matter what it do, no matter what it do. Y'all already know what it is.
Pretty niggas up to slap me, you know what the fuck going on. I ain't gonna stop.
Turn that shit up.
How can I be kidding for real? Teach and motivate, it's that creation that's real. Cause they gonna hate, elevate my way uphill. The route I'm gonna take, heading to the top, no style, we on the fast rate. How can I be kidding for real? Teach and motivate, it's that creation that's real. Cause they gonna hate, elevate my way uphill. The route I'm gonna take, heading to the top, no style, we on the fast rate.
Feeling so amazed, no I won't change, I just stay remain. This our start domain of another game. I just got the chop to finish on the op. This how we rock, we flop until I fail a drop. I can't take a step for real, so nigga fuck a cop. Blending in the nights for real, make focus, don't get caught. How they selling drugs legal, meaning fuck the law, but they claim it illegal till you got a job. Better keep going my friend, don't pull a car. Really wish you love my friend, you for real, teach and motivate, it's that creation that's real. Cause they gonna hate, elevate my way uphill. The route I'm gonna take, heading to the top, no style, we on the fast rate. How can I be kidding for real? Teach and motivate, it's that creation that's real. Cause they gonna hate, elevate my way uphill. The route I'm gonna take, heading to the top, no style, we on the fast rate.
Because that motherfucker gotta be fucked up or something. I don't know what. I don't know. It's music shit. It's motherfucking music.
If you want it, you can get these scriptures, baby. Keep 100. No need to get your feelings, baby. I know you want it. Cause you can make submission, baby. You need some submission, baby. You need some submission, baby. If you want it, hey, you can get these scriptures, baby. Keep 100. No need to get in your feelings, baby. Keep it real with me, cause I'm keep it real with you. Submit yourself, yeah, so we can make a good crew. No need to act brand new. I'm a new brand times two. Connecting the cover to the ones who stay true, Yisrael better than you stay true. God's on me, I would never forsake you. Glad the Most High that made you. Vampires around me, I'm feeling like Blade 2. Plus I'm out your race too. Might be out to race you. God would never race Jews. Don't wanna replace you, so don't let the devil play you. Cause the Most High you already know how you need some submission. Trying to be the center attention. Can't play with them really lynches. Telling people penny pinches. Governments throwing wrenches. All my people going against it. Just keep it 100. Cause we ain't playing with them fakers. Gotta crawl before you walk. To connect to the Savior. Can't be worried about no scorners. Cause the Most High in the corners. For my bro, you gotta want him. For my bro, you gotta want him. Bro, you gotta want him. If you want it, you can get these scriptures, baby. Keep 100. No need to get in your feelings, baby. I know you want it. Cause you can make a difference, baby. You know who want it. Cause you need some submission, baby. 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 If you want it, you can get these scriptures, baby. Keep 100. No need to get in your feelings, baby. Hey, 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 hey. We outta here.
This the line of Judah, you can feel me through your medulla. I shine more than your jeweler. Scriptures hit them like the Ruger. So keep them commandments 613. So you can study to show yourself approved by God. Reach one, teach one, you gotta choose them. Romans 9 verse 11, wake them up and never snooze them. Blow that trumpet like the Jew on them. I'm a Jew about to play the blues on them. You can only get yourself to the kingdom. Ay, 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 ay. This the line of Judah. This the line of Judah. Ay, 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 ay. This the line of Judah. This the line of Judah. This the line of Judah. We coming with that saints patience, just to let you know we ain't never faking. 12-12 striking with the word, plus we really quaking. Striking every beat that come my way. You can call me Raiden. The Most High we constantly praising. Big Judah where I'm from, and the brother Levi. Be them Haitians. World War III, what the heathens facing. Plus the truth my tribes be embracing, and the negativity we erasing. 12 tribes got me praising. If you going against your brain, gas to be a raisin. Israel gon' shine for the kingdom. Can't catch me riding with the evil. If I'ma go, I'ma do it for my people. Not American, I'm do it for the evil. Ay, 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 ay. This the line of Judah. This the line of Judah. Ay, 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 ay. This the line of Judah. This the line of Judah. Ay, 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 ay. This the line of Judah. This the line of Judah. the Lion of Judah. This the Lion of Judah.
Saying affirmations daily, I'm living abundance. Negative energy is so redundant. I'ma keep on doing me, I fear no judgment. Only God can judge me, I'm running from nothing. All I see is all these hundreds keep coming and coming. You a silly little thing, keep fighting and fussing. I'm just chilling in the cut, just call me McLovin. I got the juice right now, you ninjas is bugging. Look who I'm becoming, I'm really on to something that's greater than great. I waited with faith, I did it with grace. This isn't a race, and even if I gave head starts, I in first place. I made mistakes, I made a shake. I wake and pray, I gets the cake. You wears a cape, don't trust no snakes. It's time to chill right now, let's pump the brakes.
They ate the apple from the tree, they disobeyed God. Disobeyed God, then you really is a fraud. 9 times out of 10, you don't know who you are. I just look to the stars and I pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I look up to the stars and I pray to the Lord.
Second verse, not a curse, that's gon' come near me. All you goofies and you demons, yeah, I know you fear me. I ain't flexing, I ain't stunting, I'm just disappearing. Divine ones, anointed ones, them the ones that hear me. Last week, you was hating, now you up here cheering. Super blessed, no more stress, I'm just persevering. I ain't tripping off no snake or no sneaky sneering. Keep my name out your mouth is what I'm overhearing. Keep my name out your mouth and stop all that smearing. I took my hand off the wheel and stopped interfering. I'm in the passenger and God is the one that's steering. I'm the chosen one and God is the one I'm fearing. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Only fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Only fools despise wisdom and instruction.
They ate the apple from the tree, they disobeyed God. Disobeyed God, then you really is a fraud. 9 times out of 10, you don't know who you are. I just look to the stars and I pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I just pray to the Lord. I look up to the stars and I pray to the Lord.
You are listening to Yisrael United, hosted by your brother Yekobin. You can follow us on Instagram, check us out on Facebook, and also subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're a kingdom awakening a nation. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Alright, we back. We're back in the building. So, this was a long chapter, man, and you know we finna go ahead and get a to be continued on this chapter, but so far, why don't y'all tell me what y'all thought about it? What y'all think about this chapter?
I liked it. I like to see how we used to use math back then. And it also shows that we wasn't a nation of people, a family of people that cheated people, you know? Oh, that custom came in when we got invaded, obviously.
Yeah, them pagan customs and shit. That's why we ain't supposed to be indulged in these pagan customs, man. Now we robbing and stealing and killing each other and shit. I mean, that was good, Cass. What you think?
I think the chapter was pretty good. It was a better, I don't know. It did teach me math in a different way. I can say that.
Yeah.
In a different way. It taught me marketing in a different way. How to profit your crops. Stuff like that. You know.
Alright. What you think? You sure?
think the chapter was very informing. We just didn't finish it. I like the fact that they gotta pay each other back after the Jubilee. As that was very respectful, and I think that's a good way to keep good ties. Also, one thing I had. Early on, it said, 6 years thou shalt sow the field, and 6 years thou shalt prune the vineyard, and gather its fruits thereof.
Yeah.
But the 7th year shall be the Sabbath of rest. So we need to be taught how to sow and prune vineyards.
No doubt.
I believe we need to be taught that.
I mean, that's just gardening anyway, you know what I'm saying?
I know how to do a little something.
Yeah, we just need to be up on our gardening anyway, though, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like we need to.
So, shit, we need to be self-sustained, man. Yeah. All right,
learn how to do this.
Come on, Tim, get up here, man. What you think?
I think that you believe in, but it ain't a forceful thing to believe in.
That's right. Yeah, you remember that power of discernment thing we was talking about earlier, that willpower. Yeah, that's a good thing. That was good. So this ain't no thing to be force-fed on nobody, man. You know if you got that in you or not. Talk to your father. All right, Ben, Yucca Ben, what you think?
I thought the chapter was real relevant to today.
Yeah?
How is it relevant to today?
You don't see how it could be today?
How-
Not at all.
You don't see that? Because how the rules should still apply, but they don't. They don't be going by the rules to other people.
So that
But-
means it's not relevant to today.
Nah, it's still relevant today.
Yeah,
We be the people
I
that,
finna say.
that do it. You
Yeah.
know?
But we don't do
You don't know who do it though. You just said we don't do it. Right? She trying to
Say we need to be the ones to change that.
Right. But
we need to start doing that.
There's certain parts in that chapter that we just read about that does compare to today.
it. Like what?
Like it's a marketing system.
Right, it is a marketing system.
But
You
we
couldn't
don't
see.
use that marketing system.
But it
Yeah,
is
it's
a
still-
marketing system. Just like it's a marketing system right now today.
Right.
It's just the marketing system that we have right now today. It teaches us to gain.
Instead of settle for it.
Instead of be fair.
Settle for, yeah, that.
It's not teaching you to be fair. It's teaching me to eat off you.
Yeah.
That's what this marketing system is all about. The marketing system that our nation should be implying is what Ben Yekabin is talking about. We could be the nation that implies that. We supposed to be implying this marketing structure. Yeah. Because that's fair. With this marketing structure,
It's relevant still, though.
well, yeah, it's relevant. If you start applying it, then it will be a lack of crime. You will see, your safety start increasing in your communities. That will happen because everybody will be eating. Imagine you can't get kicked out like that because your shit'll be fair.
Right.
Rent will be fair. Your land, you'll never lose your land because you know that every 14 years, you get your shit back.
Right.
Everything could go back to a reset. Everybody got their own shit. It won't be a need for me to come and take your shit. Unless I'm of another nation, I just really don't like you. I want to take your shit. then we act accordingly.
Right.
You know? But when we acting in our nation, it ain't supposed to be a unfairness. You know? Alright. We got a special performance in the building today, man. Hey, which one of these songs, man, you finna go ahead and perform first?
I think I'm gonna start off with Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scroll? Let's see what Elder Scroll is all about.
On the track.
I'm chillin' with my gang members. See, I treat the trap like it's my getaway. I go and get a play. We hit them spots, I'm box the back screaming, but you gon' get today. I pray to God, these demons deep inside, the ones I keep at bay. Beat the showing, then them sticks get on. I saw something fake. Came up from costume figures with Boy Scouts, keep knots all in the place. I'm not a rapper, I'm an astronaut. I'm going straight to space. What's his face? Was hating, trying to knock me out of place. Get the trippin', catch him double dipping, ship him like a crate. What you think? Cause all we rollin' in is fast cars. All my niggas animals, sending them Madagascar. Transform behind the wheel and break every record in NASCAR. See, bro, know what's the deal? He already been shaking task force. Don't know what to tell these hoes. I had to let him know. Bitch gon' call my phone, tell her I'm busy playing Elder Scrolls. Why they wanna try him? He strapped like lightning, and he spit that fire like them dragons off the skyway. I swear this shit tiring, this sweater down my brow. I keep doing this exciting shit, keep turning up the crowd. Keep shots it like a boss, so please don't come asking for rounds. Bust the barking like a dog, then let me up out the town. Don't know what to tell these hoes, I had to let them know. Bitch gon' call my phone, tell her I'm busy playing Elder Scrolls. Why they wanna try him? He strapped like lightning, and he spit that fire like them dragons off a Skyrim. And he spit that fire like them dragons off a... Wait, I can't do no lying. Stuck on Gilligan's Island, hoping someone find me. Better come up for the boss, cause I'm hiring. Tr3llo, gang, send my hand, I had to clutch it. You know my guys can't do nothing, they bout to talk and don't discuss it. Better off changing the suck, my guys keep ass like this shit look. Bad bitches run, they bout to suck, it ain't no question how you duck. My name ain't Tom, so I can tuck it. Carry barrel loads of buck, we might just up this shit and buck. This block gon' teach him how to duck, he say he cute, I leave him ugly.
On the track.
Alright, Tr3llo. That shit was tight, boy. That shit was tight right there, man. Hey,
Right
what
on,
inspired that?
Say what?
What inspired it?
Well, for a second I was stepping outside my craft, trying to work on some different type of sounds and make some different music. And then I felt like I had kind of lost my way with my music, so I had to go back and just do my drill and shit. I mean, not curse, but like, you know, go back and do like, you know what I'm saying, what I usually do.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
like step back into my craft, like what originated with me. And then more so, that song was more like a release. And it was cause like, it was always an idea I had when I was younger to make songs like that. And then just like be more so like, get hype songs, like get them lit. And I'm gonna keep coming with more music like that.
No doubt. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's Tr3llo, man. You know, hey, like I say, you ain't gonna know what type of talent you see until you tune in to Yisrael United. We got all that underground shit right here, you know, and Tr3llo. Hey, Tr3llo, tell them where they can find you at.
Hey, Yisrael United, man.
Where else?
And where? Hold on. I don't know the thing. Social media.
You ain't got no Instagram, no Facebook.
Oh, you talking me?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Look, I was just, you know, doing the shout outs. My bad. Hey, y'all can find Tr3llo at SoundCloud and on YouTube. Tr3llo, gang.
Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, you know, yeah. Yeah, you will catch me on Yisrael United, like you said, too. You know, we can't exclude that. Hey, Tr3llo, you got something else for us?
Yeah, I got this song Important that I had on my SoundCloud. I want everybody to check it out, man. It's more so something different that I've been working on.
Alright, well, shit. Here it is.
Why you bringing Why you bringing up the past? Swear that shit not important. I'm pressing on the gas. Swear I get straight to Florida. She shawty got some weight. I'm just gonna ignore it. Don't ask me for no cash, cause no I can't afford it. Got me rocking with you like a brand new pair of Jordans. Name it Anakin, so shawty, you know I won't force it. Head above the water, get the spraying like a porpoise. Gotta stay close with my dogs, I connection cordless. Learn from my mistakes, feel like I'm taking college courses. Should've known these niggas just like they was made of porcelain. Know I'm speaking fast, they try their hardest to ignore it. Facing towards the future, so fuck everything before it. Rose up from the concrete, you can't get this from the florist. Can't keep everybody, got me feeling like a tourist. Nostalgia got me tripping, take me back to being new to this. Been through a lot of shit, I start to question if I'm losing. Why you bringing up the past? No, that shit not important, I'm pressing on the gas. So I get straight to Florida. She shawty got some weight, I'm just gonna ignore it. Don't ask me for no cash, cause no I can't afford it. Bags what I'm on, gas what I'm on. I'm a zone, I'm on my own, I'm on my way. See, I've been on the race, pick up the pace, I'm trying to find my way. I've been on the race, been on the chase, been on some other shit. These niggas shoving that cleaning your back, call you they brother then. Shit that left a hole deep in my heart, use drugs to cover it. Self-inflicted wounds, some doctors think I ain't recovering. Pressure get to rising, stress feel like it's smothering. I know right from wrong, but I'd have probably commit another sin. In love with their ego, have them thinking they can't fuck with him. Just wait for the sequel, they ain't realize yet they. Why you bringing up the past? No, that shit not important, I'm pressing on the gas. So I get straight to Florida. See, shawty got some weight, I'm just gonna ignore it. Don't ask me for no cash, cause no I can't afford it.